Well, how you doing there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? I'm going to make a new video today, and it's going to be somewhat basic, and it's all about how to write a check. So when you write a check, of course, it's always going to depend on the bank, but there's basics to writing a check. First of all, on the top of the check, top right-hand corner, it's going to ask you for the date. So whatever date that you are writing this check is definitely going to be very important, because we need to know exactly when you wrote that check. Excuse me. Underneath the date, it's going to say pay to the order of. Pay to the order of is who you're paying this check to. So whoever you are making out this check to, whether it's a person or a company, you definitely need to make that very clear to who the person is that's actually receiving the funds from your bank. Underneath where you write where the check is being made out to, it's going to ask you to put the dollar amount. So you have to put the words and the numbers somewhat on that same line. There's a little box where you put the numbers, and then there's a line where you put the words. So as long as the words and the numbers match, then you're good. There's been some instances where people do write different terminology, different ways of writing that check. Just if you don't know how to spell the numbers, Google it. If it's a different language for you, which is completely understandable, this is definitely a time to look it up and make sure you have the numbers precisely where they belong and the words where they belong. So yeah, that's a very important part, because we don't want to be taking out more or less than what's actually supposed to be taking out of that check. And then on the bottom right-hand corner is where you sign your check. That's going to be your signature. That's a super important part, because what you're doing is you're agreeing to take the money out of your account and deposit it into the company's account, or whoever you're making the payment to, person or company. There is a spot where you can put a memo, but when you are putting that memo, that's not the real super important part. That's kind of like for you to remember what that money was for in the first place, whether it's a bill or taxes. Taxes. It's a whole nother story altogether. So I hope this was somewhat informative. I didn't want this to be a long video, but I even showed you a picture of a check in the very beginning of this video, and I hope that helps, because as I said in the very beginning, every bank is different, but checks are somewhat the same. So I'm really hoping that this video helps. If you have any questions, or you're not 100% sure of what I explained, I can go into more detail with questions, but I'm really hoping that this video makes a little bit more sense to the public, so they can have a little more bit of an understanding of what writing a check is all about. It's very important. You need to be very clear how much money is being transferred from one bank to another. So, all right, guys, have a wonderful day. Sayonara. I hope to make more videos soon. It's been a long time since I've made a video, but I'm definitely going to try and make more. All right, bye.